game and enter the round of 16 immediately. So kudos to Manchester United and good luck to them in this Europa League. Okay, guys, welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the A team to talk about the Europa League. And today we are going to also focus on the transfers because today is the last day of the once it's 12 a.m. Bam, the window closes, and any deal that did not happen from now to 12 a.m. midnight, then they'll have to leave it to the summer. So let's see what happens in today's transfer window. We are going to talk about the deals that made it throughout today. Good morning, John. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, football maniacs, Manchester United fans. I'm not so happy as well.
Good morning, Nonso. How are you?
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, John. Good morning, listener. They're not supposed happy. Unbeaten. You know what that word is? They're the only English team that went unbeaten in this group stage. In this league format.
It's league format.
They are the only English team that went unbeaten. They should be proud.
And then
even Ten Hag said, win away matches. It was drawing up and I was just eating Drossel up and down. They should be proud. They went on unbeaten.
Okay, somewhere else in the Europa League, Osimhen scored the only goal for Galatasaray to they lost that game 2 goals to 1. He scored the final goal almost in the final minute of that game, the only goal in that game. So for him, personally, good game for him, but for Galatasaray, they didn't make that top 8. And the final position in that Europa League is Jose Mourinho's team, Fenerbahce. He finished 24th. I just miss him because the vibe he brings to football. He needs to. There is this particular opportunity he missed. He would have waited before he went to Roma.
Yes.
If he had waited probably a little bit to the summer, he would have gone to Inter Milan. Because Inter Milan
wouldn't have won the trophy.
No,
Why would they win it? Why would they win it?
They got a younger manager. They got a better manager. It's not better. It's not better.
A younger
because
manager.
If they don't get records, there was a better manager, but currently, I think tactically he's currently more sound than Jose Mourinho.
Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. It means that wherever you are in the world, even if you live in Enugu, you could still listen to us talk football here at Vote FM Sports. So go there, drop your comments. I will be doing your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's start with the Europa League. Manchester United went away to FCSB, I don't know where.
Steaua Bucharesti.
Romania.
They went to Romania.
They went to Romania to play, and they won that game 2 goals to 1. Kobe, I think that the interesting about that game is that Kobe Menu got an assist and got a goal
and an assist.
And he played as a 10. And after the game, Amorim came out and said that Kobe has struggled as a defensive midfielder. If you notice in his games, when he plays as a defensive midfielder, they remove him around 16 minutes, 15 minutes, but this one he played the 90 minutes and he's free. That's what the coach said. Probably he might try him out going forward.
If you test a player, you know the kind. When this guy came in last season, Ten Hag and Kobe he tested Kobe. You could see that with Casemiro and his legs, Cassie was doing most of the work, getting the ball back. Kobe's progression, build-up play and progression was there. He has the passes forward, he has the ball carried, he has the drive through. Against Forgotten Wanderers, we saw what he did. Just give him a defensive midfielder. He's like the Pogba kind of player or a set-up kind of player. Give him a defensive midfielder, and he and Bruno Fernandes will go on and create wonders for you. And you see that game yesterday. Well, I also don't want to talk about Kobe because as I said, don't give a defensive Ugati go rest now. So another defensive midfielder, Casemiro, is too old. He cannot run the game because this man needs people that will run 90 minutes. Cassie cannot run. Eriksen started this game. Now with Eriksen started this game, I think it kind of went the age average went up a bit. But you saw a Toby Koila with Kobe Meno in midfield. That combination alone, now work ethics. I don't know how they take Kola because those two can work for you. Toby Koila was up and down everywhere. Anybody that loses the ball, he's there to recover. And once he recovers, he's giving it to the next person closest to him. And with Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen and the other guy up front doing their own, this midfield is already balanced. And Bruno can come in and join them at some point.
Okay, they played if you don't know this team, they're actually a Bucharesti. If you used to watch Champions League in the early 2000s,
yes.
They are always popular. They are always there. But they just changed their name around 2017 and just started to answer FCSB. But it's Bucharesti they used to answer before. If you know that team, they have won the Champions League before, so they are not really a small team.
They are not small team.
They are not. But for Manchester United, if you look at them, do you think that they are they are in a good position to win this game, win this tournament, because if you look at that game, they have not wowed me. That's the thing. Like, I have not seen them.
Normally,
Leave
as
the
expected.
wow
As
performance.
expected.
3 points in the bag.
Yes, I
As
know.
expected.
Leave the wow
no doubt.
I'm
performance.
talking about, you know, about performance. You see that always on this show that says performance is key.
Yes, you lose the ball, you chase after it, you get it back.
They should give me good football. I want to see good football.
Leave good football. When last Man City play good football?
Come on.
When last Chelsea?
Don't bring this argument.
No, I'm not bringing any
call your
argument.
club, sir. You are not proud of your club. You are a fake West Ham fan.
I'm not calling any argument.
You are not proud of your club.
When last?
But you are proud of City. You are proud of the other names you are calling.
I
Call
play
West Ham.
when
good last
football?
West Ham play good football?
I play
because
good
you know
football.
they play good football.
I play good football.
Call your team. Stop calling my team. If you want form, I will give you form.
When my manager left, I know that there was no good football for a couple of seasons. So this season and next season, I don't expect good football from West Ham. So I'm going to use another team that is always winning. You know, team that is always winning. Nobody says any other team that is always winning. So you use them to as a yardstick. You get. You don't need to play good football. You don't need to play. Even Ferguson did not play.
I disagree with you,
Ferguson
man,
did not
because
play beautiful football before he
the
wanted.
difference between Manchester United under Amorim and Manchester United under Ten Hag is that Ten Hag, they weren't playing beautiful football.
I'm not even saying Ten Hag.
But they were getting the little silver cups at the end of the season, which is you play rubbish football,
Okay.
900 games, and then you
OGS,
win one.
what about OGS?
You win one Carabao Cup. Everybody, United fans will celebrate.
What about OGS?
Then you play rubbish football with the team you have, and then you win FA Cup. Everybody will celebrate.
What about
for you.
OGS now?
But now under Amorim is coming back to say, let's start from the fundamentals. Something is fundamentally wrong with Manchester United. Let's get these guys down to running again. Simple basics. So for you to come here and say they've not wowed you, Baba, now who they healthy, the 9-feet wow person? You are sick, you are sickly, you are about falling aside and passing into glory. The main thing is to resuscitate you first so that you can breathe on your own without what's that machine now? You can breathe without oxygen keg or whatever. That's the mission Amorim is doing. After you can breathe on your own without that mask, you cannot talk about counting ABC to Z. Manchester United are far from that. They are far from that.
Agree on me. I don't know why they only gonna social. Let's. I'm going back to the record.
Another thing that is
you know why John they find how you go take argue now because I call Man City. Okay, let's use Man United.
Let's use Man United. You're not proud of your team.
Let's use Man United under what's this man now Amorim and Man United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I said when you were talking about beautiful football, I called OGS. He finished second on the table. He went to Europa League finals 2 or 3 times. He went to FA Cup finals. He went to finals. 6 finals.
Why you not
6 finals in 2
years? In win trophy.
Now see when you at least because I don't go final, do tactical mistakes.
Final achievement now.
He went to finals without strikers. What happened with this same team? Some of them don't come out for the team, yes, but they were not playing beautiful football. They were just winning their matches. Sit back, defend, get the ball, play counter attack. Daniel James, Rashford, run at you, Anthony Martial.
When I talk about beautiful, I'm talking about beautiful football. No,
the Barcelona, Man City. If they call beautiful football, you call Arsenal.
You call Arsenal. Why not?
2 years ago, this season.
Why won't you call Arsenal? Have you ever played beautiful football?
West Ham we always play beautiful football.
If you look at that statistic, Man U had 21 shots, 70% possession, 7 shots on target, 664 passes in that game. I think they actually did well with this.
It's not the number of passes. What is the pass accuracy rate? You have 600 passes and you have 80.
They have almost 90.
Almost 90 doesn't cut it. There are teams that have 700 passes, 92 pass accuracy. 92%. There are teams that have just 300 passes.
But now you're
95.
contradicting yourself because you said Manchester United have not learned to,
hold on to the ball.
Yes.
So and now those numbers. Don't pass the ball around and pass back pass. You get they've not gotten to that level yet. So if you count 600 passes, for you to be beautiful, you need to have at least 78% or 95% of those passes completed.
It's tough.
95% 95% accuracy.
Also, that is tough. 80 something, 85 plus is always good. That
85.
It means that the other opponents are actually tackling the ball and intercepting the ball. You cannot complete 90 something. Do you know what it means?
You cannot complete 100, but you can complete 95%.
Well, let's see what happens. Man, you win that game 2-0. Good game for especially for Kobe Menu. Probably we'll start seeing him as a number 10 because in this game he played 90 minutes. He played a number 10 behind Holland. And this problem again, the two strikers played, Zeski and Holland. No show.
No productivity.
No show. Game after game, both of them. I think we should try give Zeski more time because I think he has tried Holland. He has been starting Holland for most of the time.
My problem with starting Zeski is that Zeski is not looking like a player that can play 90 minutes and perform for 90 minutes. Zeski is looking more like a super sub you bring in, like Ole was at Manchester United. So starting, yes, now what are we talking about?
Come on now.
Yes, what are we talking about, man? So I am not confident with Zeski starting. I'll be more happy as Zeski comes off the bench and pulls out a howler or whatever and gets the team the result and goes back to the bench. Same thing, dynamics we are seeing at Aston Villa. You have a man starting and you have another man coming off the bench to come and produce wonder. And when the main man isn't performing, you yank him up and bring the second guy. But in this scenario now, both strikers are misfiring and the manager is confounded or whatever we need to call it. And it's not helping because you need to have, how do you create this much chances? How do you have a Bruno Fernandes on your team, create this much chances and then waste 80% of those chances? It's atrocious if you ask me.
Okay, let's see what happens. Garnacho actually played in the second half, and in the press conference, Amorim is talking that he wants to keep Garnacho, but I think the Chelsea transfer have cooled down.
Don't quiet down.
I think he's going to be staying. So when we go to move to transfer transfer window, we'll talk about that, if he's going to still move on or not. The other English team that played yesterday is Spurs. Tottenham played yesterday. They won that game against F-Bock 3-0. They really played a younger squad. And good news for them, their defender is back. One of their defender is back. Van der Ven is now back, so probably their defense from the Premier League maybe
this is a testing match. He's not back. So you see the way he was running in that game, you know that he still has the injury.
Normally you have to play some certain game before you become match fit. It's normal, but at least the good news that he's
back in training.
He's back. He's played this game, so he's back. He started this game.
He's back. He played this game against if Elfsborg. And you want him to play with this kind of performance against Premier League teams, he will go back to the hospital.
It doesn't work that way.
If he plays with this performance, so if he improves it, if he goes further than what he played, because you see him yesterday, he gets the ball back, he doesn't really run much. But in the Premier League, you see him run, take on the ball, take on attackers and midfielders. If he does what he did yesterday night against a Premier League team, he is going back to the hospital for certain.
I think they are making a mistake bringing him back this quickly. Let's not forget that there are players who want to come in because they don't want to lose their starting spot. You come back too early and you go out for a longer period. I don't think they should risk it. They should allow him to fully recover before they talk about bringing him in.
There's nothing like full recovery.
There's not like full recovery. Go and ask Malaysia. Malaysia hasn't picked up enough since he's been back.
He just played 45 minutes. He just played the first half, and after the second half, they introduced another player. But I think good game for Spurs. They are qualified for that top 8, and even this game is, I won't call it a big game, but it's a test for them because the knockout stage is around the corner. So if you look at the Europa League other results, let me talk about the format and the league, because the top 8, the same format with the Champions League, the top 8 goes to the round of 16 immediately. Others play the playoffs. If you look at the first position, Lazio finished 4th. And I told you on this show that Manchester United are the only team that they are unbeaten.
And Lazio lost last night.
So, Lazio lost last night. Everybody, they have qualified.
They qualified. Yes. So it was painful though. It was painful and dreadful. Just like Liverpool, they have qualified already. Yes. They will finish top. They know that
they will finish top, no matter what
it's a
happens.
decision they
Yes.
took, and they want to just forgo that
Just
last
give
match.
other players chance to play in this competition. They are finished. They are, even when they lose, they know that they're going to finish first on the table. But let's see what happens. Okay, we have some comments on our YouTube before I talk about that table. Okay, John, let's hear from you. What's happening on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, Udechi Gozie 3610 is saying Nonso is obsessed with Manchester United. Even in the next 20 years, Nonso, your team cannot reach 5% of what Manchester United did in Europe. What do you have
In
to
the
say?
next 20 years, my team cannot do what Manchester United
Not
did
50,
in
100 years.
5%.
You will like calm down?
The main thing is 5%.
You know, go like calm down. What they did in
The
Champions
most
League?
telling fact is
Yeah.
5%.
In
You
less
know, we
than
were saying
10
this thing yesterday. We said also, which year your team go reach Champions League?
We play Europa League.
Which year your
Champions
team go
League.
reach Champions? No be Europa.
We play Europa League.
Champions
You know
League.
what it mean to play Europa League semi-final? E heavy. Europa League semi-final. I no be Arsenal.
Champions
No
League
be
no
round
be
of
Europa
16.
League o.
I no be Arsenal.
Champions League no be.
For you, see, you know say they call champions
no
of
be
you know
Europa
say,
League.
see, you know say they call champions of Europe now for London. They will call Chelsea, Aston Villa, West Ham.
You can't talk your team.
My team is big.
You need to put
you
other
see,
people down for your team to matter, and that shows
My
that
team is- I don't need to
your
put other
team
people
is
down.
minuscule. Yes.
I don't need to- I
Why
don't
do you
need-
have to
you-
call
you-
Chelsea, Arsenal,
like-
and Tottenham
like
before
I said,
you talk
see,
about
I
your
said,
team?
I said, if you're looking
We
at
are not in the
teams-
same
I
class
said,
in
if you're
these
looking
games,
at, if you're
man.
looking at the teams in Europe, or in England, or in London, with the level of Champions League, European trophies they've won,
Please call it with
With
the level
European-
of Champions League trophies they've won.
European
You
trophies.
know they.
European
In the
trophies,
better part of 2 decades, you never show, you never smell out.
European trophies.
You never smell Champions
Because
League.
this guy
Simple.
draw tattoo for his hand after I win am with Roma. I supposed to draw tattoo for my heart after I win am with West Ham. You understand?
That's the last
European
you see, though.
Conference League.
That's the
It's
last
not
you
easy.
see.
Okay, for this Europa League, let's go to the league table. How it ended. First, Lazio with 19 points. They won 6 games, 1 draw and 1 loss. So they finished with 19 points. Atletico Club or Atletico Bilbao, everybody's changing their name. So Atletico Club finished 19th with 19 points after 8 games. The game, everything has ended. Manchester United are unbeaten in this Europa League with 18 points. Spurs are 17 points. Frankfurt 5th with 16 points. Lyon 6th with 15 points. Olympiacos 15 points with 7. The last automatic qualification is Rangers, not Rangers of Enugu, Rangers of Scotland with 14 points. From 9th to 24th is Bodo and Glen 14 points, Anderlecht 14 points, 10th, 11th is FCSB 14 points, Ajax with in 12th position with 13 points, Real Sociedad with 13 points, Galatasaray. So Osimhen's team finished 14th on the table with 13 points. They had 3 wins, 4 draws and 1 loss. They had a whole lot of draws in this competition. That's why they finished 13th. And the 15th is Roma with 12 points. 16th is Victoria Pleasant with 12 points. 17th is Ferencváros with 12 points. Porto 18th with 11 points. AZ Alkmaar with 11 points on the table. On the 20th is Midtjylland with 11 points. Union St. Gillions with 11 points. WAC with 22 position with 10 points. 20 23rd position with 10 points, and the final position is Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce with 10 points. Look, they were just lucky.
Goal difference.
Goal difference -2. They have negative goal difference, just a little bit bam, and they are out. But I like Jose Mourinho in the cup competitions. I like his character, so they qualify for that top 24. The draw is going to happen today, so we're going to find out who is going to play who in the Champions League and in the Europa League this evening. Then tomorrow we'll talk about that on the show. So let's hope that all this competition will give us a whole lot of, I don't know how to describe it, but we need football.
Even with the win for Braga, they couldn't make it. I think teams that won yesterday night was like medicine after death.
Yeah, the result coming in late.
Hoffenheim won their game 4-3. Braga won against Lazio 2-1 and couldn't make the cut. It was painful.
It's things like this that they tell you that don't wait till
so. And if
take the game better
if these people hadn't lost their game, Galatasaray, they would have been an unbeaten team as well, because they were pushing for a draw in that game. They would have been like 3 unbeaten teams so far. So I just feel like
Lazio would have finished
unbeaten. They lost against Braga.
Okay, yes,
they lost against Braga just last night. Galatasaray lost last night. So these are teams that lost for the first time in the season just yesterday night.
Yeah.
Gala and Lazio. And so that I just feel like if they had gone better, they would have done better and gotten a better result.
Okay, let's see what happens in this draw that is going to happen today, and who plays who is going to be interesting, who is going to be playing who. Let's hope that the competition, because there is no rest now, is back to back. Once
back to back Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Start again. We continue again. There is no break now. You know, the other formats, they finish early December or mid-December.
Yes, you have at least a month.
You wait
till February,
even middle of February.
You have the draw in January, then February you start again.
But now it's back to back football. No rest for anybody. That's why most players are picking up injuries and knocks everywhere, because the fixture is congested. Okay, that's all for the Europa League. Let's see what happens today in that draw. Let's move on to transfers. Transfer is happening everywhere, and the first transfer is Morata. Morata is always the journeyman, is always on the news. Every transfer window he's always, in fact, let me say every 2 transfer windows he's always on the move. I think he has made up his mind that he's going to go everywhere.
Yes.
That's why, because he has played for Juventus,
he's played for all the big clubs.
Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid,
yes,
Chelsea. He made to play for Man City.
He has played for, I don't know.
He should come and play for Arsenal.
No. He's been playing everywhere. Now they have completed that deal for him to move to Galatasaray. In this January, that deal happened yesterday. What do you make of that deal? Morata moving again?
I thought,
surprised.
I was surprised at the news, because they have Icardi. They also have
Icardi is injured though.
Yes, he's injured, no doubt. But you have Osimhen.
He's going to be leaving after his loan deal.
That's going to be summer now.
So what if the thing is, what
Morata should have come in this.
No. The thing is, Icardi is injured now. Morata comes in now for Victor, so they don't feel a gap, because he can come in and there will be a competition between him and Victor, who gets most of the goals, who get the area goals.
It's not about the competition. Somebody is going to sit on that bench.
Nah, Icardi, Mario, now who again wants to sit for bench? Now Icardi, of course.
Icardi is out of the season. So basically they have only
Osimhen. And maybe this his former teammate from Napoli. Dries Mertens also.
Dries Mertens is a winger.
He can play as a 10 or behind the striker. So if you want to experiment him, the short man in the striking position, if you cross ball, who go know that? So you need somebody. You need the headmasters. That's why they are looking for Morata now. Maybe in this kind of game now, you see a Victor Osimhen dropping down to build up play, while Morata is just up front. So whenever the cross comes in from Yilmaz or any other person, he's there to pounce on it.
Okay, that deal might happen today. It's a long deal for 6 months. Then after that, they will decide if they are going to sign him permanently. But Morata is always on the news. When I saw the news yesterday, I started laughing, because that guy is always on the news. Okay, yesterday we talked about John Duran.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it a little bit. And here Watkins, Arsenal made a bid for Watkins, but they rejected it immediately, and he is saying that they cannot allow his 2 top strikers to live at the same time in the way. Nobody does that. And we said it on this show that Arsenal just did it so to please Arsenal fans, so you will not say, I don't make video, we try.
It's just go for another player, if it makes sense.
But for John Duran, it's interesting that how old he is, just a young player. Moving to Saudi Arabia as this very young player. I don't think somebody, even though I saw somebody like a tweet yesterday saying that he's still about 23 years or 22 years, that he can go to Saudi and collect money for 2 years and come back to Europe, which is possible. But in
come back to Europe, we switch team.
That's the problem.
The only way is up. You start from a smaller team. I could use Victor Osimhen as case study now. You start from a smaller team in Belgium. You move all the way to Germany. You play for Wolfsburg. You come up the ladder a little. You play for Lille. Paris, what's called in France.
Yes.
Then you go. You see, the movement is not up and down. It's up. The trend is always up. Then from there you're at Napoli and you're winning the title. You're becoming the player of the year for the club, and even what's it called, team of the year. Titles like that. At the summer club, fine, he did his numbers, got better results. Now at Aston Villa, he's on the bench. The only way you should be looking at is up. Saudi is a good way up if you look at it financially.
Yes.
It's a good way up if you look at it financially. But when you retire, and they say,
it all
great
matters
players.
on the pitch. It all matters on the pitch. What was the pitch Al Nassr presented to him? Come and be the face of the project after Ronaldo. Come and be the few young talents coming into the Saudi League that are coming to reshape the future of the Saudi League. It all matters on the pitch. And secondly, for me, I think we are demonizing this deal without looking at the good thing it is for the Saudi League, which is they are no more buying superstars.
They are buying young, I know
they are buying young talents.
players.
Yes.
All the players they have bought this January, they are all young.
They are all young
They bought
players.
a player from Barcelona, under 21 from Barcelona.
Yes.
They are buying young players now.
So what I'm trying to say now is that with this new shift into the Saudi League and maybe shift in their qualification into continentals and other things, it could be a good move for the league, not necessarily for the player if you consider. But then again, you never know what is important to a player. His own maybe I want to play for a club where I'm starting and I'm getting paid.
He's a South American guy. He's from Colombia. And
so what are we not saying?
He needs money. People like money.
We always talk about Africans and South Americans, and we always talking about.
I think they're just sad because he's not going to West Ham.
He not paying me. There are players in the market. There are players in the market. This one hasn't said anything about him. The man who needed him is not on the job anymore.
I think I wish you guys had made that full bid.
I go happy. Say at least I don't have a Danny Ings on my bench. I have it on Duran.
Yeah.
You get, because he's 10 times the upgrade to Danny Ings. You get. So now there's no striker in the team. You need somebody like what's it called? John. There's no somebody. There's no striker. I can't trust Danny Ings to come in and get me 5 goals, let alone 10, 15 goals a season.
Okay, let's see what happens with John Duran, because he is going to be moving. He's going to be moving to Saudi Arabia if that day happens today. I don't know why. He's just 21 years old. I don't think that it's necessary for him to go to a league like that at 21. But everybody has their own priority everywhere. If it's me, I will not lie. Let me not come and lie here for you people on this show. If it's me, even if I'm 19 and they're offering me money, I'll go. I'll go truthfully, but everybody has their own priority and what they want to do. Okay, before this transfers, let's go to our YouTube again to see what is happening there. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sport. Okay, John.
Yeah, Emmanuel Leo, we see you. Emmanuel Leo is saying, good morning, guys. Arsenal are perpetual jokers. They know Aston Villa will reject that bid, and yet they went on to bid. And why are they going for 30-year-old strikers? Or is it that they don't like Gyökeres? God, please, somebody should sign Rashford for us now. Which kind of wahala be this? And transfer window don't they close like this. So Manchester United fans, we feel your pain. It's fine.
Okay, welcome, Vincent. I think this is the first time you are actually commenting on our channel. Harry Vincent, welcome to the show. Remember, we do this every day, Monday to Saturday. We talk sports here and we enjoy ourselves. We banter ourselves here and there, so you can drop your comments. We will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Talking about transfers again, for Aston Villa, they want to buy Asensio from PSG to replace John Duran. I like the way Emery is moving. He wants to sell. They asked about John Duran. He said if he wants to go, let him go. We are getting good money for him. At least about 80 million euros.
Why not? Why not? If not.
And he's going to buy Asensio for like 10 or 5.
No. Asensio is about 30 or 40.
And
this is a player I'm going to pay 45 million for. If I don't pay that 45 million, this is where you say you now sit back and you be like,
this would have been your
I
moon.
don't know. It would have been my moon. I don't know. Just pay that 45 million.
Double your money in 6 months with all the goals they just score for you.
Just pay the 45 at least right now for nothing like top 8. I'm not they make noise say Europa League I come again. Or Conference League I come again to come and win. Right now they prophesy for the next season transfer. But I'm like 45 million. You pay it. You by this time you're getting 85 million. Extra 30 million.
Extra, you know.
Now you went on to get Grandpa for 35 million for a haircut fee, just 10 million haircut fee. That 10 million now is not working because the 10 million that you are saving, you're using to pay for hospital bills. Because Grandpa is in the hospital. Full crook.
Call his name.
Full crook.
Only with your full chest.
Grandpa full crook is in the hospital. You get how many goals? And the worst part is
This is the guy that main evented the Champions League finals.
And waiting in do for there. He win now.
You put some respect on that name. When you were touting Malen, he said Champions League finals.
No, at least Malen didn't win it, but
who scored critical goals that took them to
Malen
the
created chances, scored goals. You get. So I'm not this what's it called this regarding his efforts to Champions League final. But I'm just saying the age bracket and the manager, it didn't work.
At the time, it was good enough for you guys. So
not for you guys.
Yes.
The man that wanted him is off the job. It was good enough
for West Ham, and now it's no longer good enough for West Ham. Fine,
the man that wanted him is off the job,
you have to pay his wages.
The worst part is the same thing happened in Man United, where he brought in Ugarte and put him on the bench. You want this player, and he comes in and he's on the bench, and you're starting an average age of 70. Casemiro and Eriksen.
Average age of 70, man.
Now grandpa they be the taller than old men. Now you bring in a striker and you put him on the bench and you're starting Danny Ings. Now I know Antonio is off injured. Bowen can play that position. Now he's injured. Now the only person you could have played is Fulkrug. Now Fulkrug is on the bench, and most times he's on the bench. When you bring him in to play high intensity game, he's nowhere to be found. Now he's injured again.
So talking about Aston Villa is heading all the transfer news. They want Joe Felix again in this transfer. Joe Felix, I like Emery. I like Emery. If he's going to bring in all these players, I think Aston Villa will improve.
But he has to do that if he wants to change the image of the club into a team that can compete for the Champions League and win titles in Europe. Why not? He has to.
Imagine bringing Asensio and Joao Felix to your team.
That's one side of the game. Now, imagine what he's been able to achieve with these guys. Now, picture what he can do if he gets this reinforcement he's looking to get. Why not?
Okay, let's see what they are going to be doing. Okay, let's move out from Aston Villa to other teams in England. First is Arsenal. Arsenal is good. The rumors that they are going to go back for a second bid for Watkins. Do you think they should?
When?
It's today. It's going to be today, and they have to get the deal done today.
When?
Practically impossible. I don't understand
why.
The
annoying thing for me is they have to leave it to the dying minute.
They like doing that in every single
Have you ever watched this deadline transfer day? You see how some people are running in with paper like headless chicken. 1 hour to close a window. Why do Arsenal keep putting themselves through this type of situation? And you know the funny thing is that it's going to be a bigger joke when they don't land anybody this window, because all this force would have been for nothing.
This thing they should go back to.
A new technical director, head of recruitment is now here. You don't expect him to just rush into the job and start doing magic.
But then this is why you have to fight tooth and nail to keep your best stand, because Edu Arteta was a good companion.
These people will be a good companion, but it's time. You give them, as you have given Arteta and Edu time to build, you give it for another 4 years to continue to build. They have to build. And for this man now, Arteta is just coming into the job. You don't expect him to come in and rush in and do some signings. He needs to understand what the team philosophy is.
It's not about understand philosophy. There is a docket of players that were scouted and reports on your table for strikers in those
You will go through that report and you will look for your own now.
Okay, let's see what Arsenal is going to do for this transfer. Let's see if they are going to go back for a second bid, even though I feel that they will not do that, because just today, how can they make a bid and Aston Villa have to accept, then they assign.
It's doable.
It's doable.
The main thing is the offer has to be tempting enough for Aston Villa to feel like they want to do it. And then secondly, Aston Villa need to feel that they can secure a target to come in the short term before it to go through. But it's doable. And then finally, just to round things off, if this transfer goes through, Arsenal trajectory in the Premier League is looking north. Straight up, yes.
Looking up if they get a striker.
If you land Watkins now, Liverpool.
As people have heard it.
If you land Watkins now, Liverpool.
Prophet. You know, I look at this is a player that was given, I think, Playmaker of the Year award.
Yes.
Which means he created most outside Bruno. Outside Bruno Fernandes, Odegaard, and Kevin De Bruyne, he was the next person to create chances.
But he also got good number of goals
as well, and he had a good number of assists. No, he didn't get the golden boot and the assist master, but at least for him to create that chance, he was given the Playmaker of the Year, and he was third on the table for chances created. So you could say this is a player that could also help improve the midfield, and still go forward to score. Is the Hurricane, in short, is the Hurricane embodiment of a striker.
Okay, let's see what happens with Arsenal. Arsenal is trying to get in a striker, but I think that they are playing. Arsenal board is playing with Arsenal fans. You know this kind of stories all the time. Deadline, you just do one shady something and bring in
and bring one
a 17-year-old striker.
And bring one Skilachi or Kim Kallstrom.
So let's see what happens with Arsenal. There's a player from Arsenal that is again moving to Manchester United. Heaven is moving from he plays for the under 21 for Arsenal. So Man United made a bid and probably he wants to move to Old Trafford. So good luck to him if that move happens. Let's move to another club. Let's talk about Spurs, Tottenham, because they want to buy a striker. Martins, we said yesterday on the show that he waved goodbye to the Bayern fans, and the CEO of Bayern came out and said that he wants to leave, that everybody is making the bid for him. But on top of that list is Tottenham Hotspur, and they need a striker because Richardson and Solanke is injured now, so they have only Richardson there, and that guy don't score goals.
That guy should be off that boost. He's a liability.
He's a liability.
I don't know how people look at the structure of the team. Under Don Carlo, when he was at Everton and this guy was there. No, I like to look at player and their style of play before I know the team where they go fit in. This guy, we know say they score goals. But in his partnership with what's it called? Cavillou's numbers went up at least from 10 to 15. That extra 5, it gets effect. You get creating chances is his forte. Running at defenders is his forte. Coming back, tracking back, and carrying the ball forward is his forte. You don't expect him to camp. Now for Timo Werner, another striker they have, or another wannabe striker that they have, because they're the same category with him and Kai Havertz. Another wannabe striker doesn't camp. Now the only person that camps, that we think camps, is Solanke. And for Solanke, if you look at his records before, he doesn't camp. So Tottenham does not need a striker that would come and join the running around circles.
They need a Robbie Keane.
You already have running around strikers. Timo Werner, Solanke that could drop deep to midfield and help create the chance. Richarlison that could run from the flanks. And so you need somebody that will camp. And Martins now in this category does not camp.
For me, this is where I say, rather than waste or spend money because you have to spend. For example, now this is a categorical example of when Arsenal will spend money on the wrong player and come and tell you that because they spend money, they can't bring in the right player. Right, Baba, just get the right profile of player and stop, because if you spend this money, he's young, he will learn. That's what you tell yourself after you bought the wrong player.
2 seasons later, he's still learning and growing.
Out of and club for a loss.
So I just feel like in this, I just like for Tottenham Hotspur, they just need to get somebody in that is not the same circle of players they've gotten before. Well, Son is a striker. He runs around. Look, Mora at some point was a striker or forward. He runs around and he plays as a 9. Now they are still going back with the same number. You have you have those numbers. I think at some point you saw the Lennons and the all of that, but you see at somebody that camped. So when the person that camps is not available, the ones that run around will get you the goal.
Martins is, I think he's 22 years, he's still a young boy, and probably in the summer they had to probably let go of Richardson, so and probably has like 6 months for him to be familiar with the stadium and the players before they let go for Richardson, because Richardson is either injured or he's not scoring goals. So
the report is the guy wants to go to Old Trafford.
He wants to go everywhere, but the only person that actually is making a bid for him recently is just Tottenham. So let's see what happens with him and Tottenham. That's all for Tottenham. Let's move for Manchester United. The only news for Manchester United is that Rashford has to leave.
Yes.
And he's not getting a bid yet.
Getting a bid yet, number one. And he's on high wages. If it's me,
terminate him.
I will stay there till 6 months.
Terminate the man.
If you terminate the contract, you have to pay him all the contracts.
You don't have to pay anything.
Unless the player made a compromise for you. For example, when Xavi left Barcelona, he told them not to pay him anything.
Just pay staff.
If you are going
to terminate my contract, you go pay me complete money.
Why do you think they have not Chelsea have not terminated Chilwell's contract? You pay him all his contract money.
You are not obliged to pay him all his contract money. You have legal rights as a club to say, look, your health, your fitness is off. We cannot keep you here on the. Bro, go look at the Aubameyang case, man.
That's
It's
one.
not the first
No,
one.
the
There are other players.
John, the player have to agree.
John, even
To
that,
waive some
even
rights
even
for
as
him.
that, even as that said, they'll have to go and dig deep and find some shady things that you've done. Then
Bro,
they will not
shady things are career.
they will not tell you based on disciplinary action.
Let me tell you.
No, I understand when you based on
if the
disciplinary
contract
action.
says that it's 5 years, and if
After
probably
2 years.
yes, if probably about depending on what the disciplinary action is. For example, you did drugs or something, they can cancel your contract based on that. But if you are injured, nobody cancels your contract.
Let me give you a recent update now. Ronaldo, after that interview, what happened?
It's a breach of contract.
Terminated. It's not about
Ronaldo
this.
breached contract.
What of these guys own now? The one he went to the press for. The one he went to the press after.
He didn't say anything bad about the club.
See, the truth about
He just said something bad about himself, that he's reached his peak. He's talking about himself, not the club. Ronaldo went to the press to talk about the club.
Under Safegi, after that conference, you're out. Even if it's at the loss.
He's already out.
John, what they can do to you is to freeze you out of the squad and force you to agree
look for
to leave. But if a player says that he wants to stay there for 2 years, he will stay there.
Let him be training with the other 17.
He has a contract with you. That's what they tried to do with Sterling. Sterling left on loan because they couldn't terminate his contract. Chilwell decided to stay and chop his money. They can't terminate his contract. They have to find a way to make him agree to waive some rights or some money away so that they can come to a compromise.
Do you know how much you want to waive?
You send him out on loan, like.
And there's no club coming to bid for him.
That's the problem.
Barcelona wants him.
Ajax wants him. You send him to your feeder team. That's what everybody feeder. Send him to the feeder team. Let him go and play on that 14.
No, you know before Phil Jones, let's use Phil Jones as case study. Before Phil Jones, they froze him out of the senior team. You get? They froze him out of the first team. What happened? Gradually, as his numbers is going down, Papa went to under 17 reserves. Now he's the assistant coach there. You get? Now then they finish in contract. From there he became the assistant coach. And at some point I was looking at the under 17 record. And I'm like, okay, fine. This under 18 team, they went on for their league for one season, and they had the highest number of season games played without considering the goal. And which means he's helping the team help them build their defense. So he don't come up for a job now from starting player for mine. Imagine being a Man United player, starting player, to being a sub, to being a reserve team, and from there being a coach.
Well, let's see what happens with Manchester United. For Rashford, he's still at Manchester United. The only rumors there is that Barcelona wanted to bring him Tottenham and Dortmund and Juventus at some point. But every of those deals has died down in the past couple of days. So he's probably going to stay at Manchester United till the summer. But let's see what happens. The only transfer coming in for Manchester United is Patrick Dogu. He's going to come from Lecce from in Serie A. If that day completes today, then he's going to sign for that contract tomorrow. He's a left wing back. So Shaw has been off and on. You cannot trust Shaw. And Malaysia just came back.
As this guy don't come now, Shaw will come defeat. And there was rumors yesterday that Shaw was available. No, it was in training yesterday.
No,
yes,
the problem is not about Shaw coming back for training. The problem is after 2 games.
It's not after 2 games. After he has put this guy on the bench, and this guy is like he's not feeling his confidence anymore. He will not go on another injury. This guy will not be there to represent. So whenever he comes back from injury, he picks up from it. He's like this player that can come in and bench any player.
Truly, Shaw is a good player. But now they want to buy in a young player from Lecce. Let's see if that boy is going to work out for them. And I think they bought another left back from Paraguay. They sent back on loan. It's not left back.
They're signing too. Yeah.
So probably they have to let go of Malaysia.
And Shaw good. Shaw is definitely good.
As I suggested at the beginning of the summer.
I don't mind Malaysia staying. I don't mind Malaysia staying because if I'm not going to lose one match for the judge him, but since he came back, he's been trying to put up a performance for the team. So I'm not going to judge him with this last night game, because last night game he was there or thereabout, as they pulled him out from that game. But I'm just saying, if Shaw will be on this team, then definitely these players will still go back to the bench. So he just needs to go either ways.
Shaw needs to go. Okay, let's see what Manchester United. That's the only 2 news for Manchester United. Rashford and the Patrick coming in. Let's see if they are going to complete these deals before 12 a.m. today. Coming to Chelsea. Chelsea have no coming for. Sorry, Chelsea fans. People are not buying strikers this summer. No strikers for you. So if we are going to end up with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And Nkunku. And what is that boy's name? People
But
have
no, going now. Anytime we go, we start. They play goal.
He
Now.
never start for Premier League. Now Europa League.
Not be fourth now.
You don't talk about Europa League.
No be Europa League.
Sorry,
UEFA European Conference League. They call the name now the only league we get name, surname, nickname, and like 4 names. Others they get three names.
So for Chelsea and outgoing is decisive. We are still looking to if that is going to put through. He wants to go to Aston Villa, but they are still finding a way to structure his wages. If who is going to pay what, so it's going to be a stumbling block for him. But if that is going to happen, it's going to happen. But for Chelsea, no incoming for now. For Chelsea, maybe something might happen today. It's possible. Okay, let's take phone calls before we close with our YouTube comments. Number to call is 0706-048-5853. Call us and tell us what you think about, especially about these transfer windows. If your club is doing you proud in this transfer window, call us and tell us your name of your club and if your club is trying. At least Man City fans are happy because they bought 3 players. Okay, let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Yeah, hello, good morning. Okay, I can't hear you. Okay, number to call is 0706-048-5853. Call us and tell us if your club is actually doing well in this transfer window. Okay, John, let's go to our YouTube. What is happening on our YouTube?
Yeah, it's a riot here. The table 147. But let's just Uday
Good morning.
Okay, let's take this call before John you continue. Yeah, hello, good morning.
My name is Bonaventure calling from Musuka.
Okay, from Musuka. Oh wow. Okay, welcome to the show. What is your contribution?
I want to tell John, you are getting it wrong. You cannot terminate anybody's contract to tell the player agree. That of Aubameyang was a different case. He agreed. That's why he moved to Barcelona on a free transfer. So the player must agree before you terminate the contract. So Man U did well last match yesterday. So, and I want to say something about our former player Magui. I was laughing at him when he left Barcelona to go to Chelsea because he's seeking for a game. If there is any club that gives young player time to play, the opportunity to play, is Barcelona. So I was just thinking, what was he thinking when he left Barcelona to go for Chelsea for a game time? So, but it's his decision. So I wish him luck.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, we are getting calls from Masuka, which is good. Okay, John?
Yeah, Udechi is saying, what is Luke Shaw doing? Luke Shaw saw that Man U buy new guy from nowhere. Boom, he's training with the first team. We know say he's recovering. The same thing as Martial, 7 straight games with 7 goals and 2 assists. These guys are the ones sacking coaches now. How does this Swedish Iceman escape transfer? Israel Ada is saying Arsenal they wind themselves. Ateta will lose his job before his building collapse. And then they are coming back to say that Casemiro is just choosing clubs, that he should just go somewhere and leave the team.
Okay, Israel Ada, welcome to the show. I think this is the first time I'm seeing your comments here too. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. We do this every day, Monday to Saturday, here at Vote FM Sports. Okay, let's take other calls or a few calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, guys in the studio.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Pedro from Odola.
Oh, Pedro, what is your contribution? Okay, we lost that call. Okay.
I'm going to reply the guy. He said Magui going to Chelsea for starting. If you look at Chelsea, at the time he left for Chelsea, it was only Nico Jackson. He knows there was a sure bet for him to play there. Then at his position in in Barcelona, he had a Lewandowski, a Ferran Torres, and somebody else.
Yeah, you know there was a striker that left for Betis.
Victor. Yes. So he had 3 players ahead of him. So he needed somebody that had assurance that he was going to at least, even if not start, get 30 minutes game time. Again, but
okay,
I see he signed his contract. Now they signed like 17 other players. So no hope for him.
Okay, let's see what Chelsea is going to decide in. For now, no player is going to come in for at Chelsea, but especially except that Disasi is going to probably leave before the end of today. Let's see if that works out. If not, he's going to probably stay with Chelsea to the end of the season. We've told you already for Arsenal, nothing for Arsenal. They are trying to make another bid for Watkins. Let's see if that bid will go through today. For Manchester City, they have done their business already early in this January, so all the players are around. In case you are wondering why they didn't play in that Champions League, they have not been registered. Yeah, they have to finish this group stage or this league stage before they can register new players. So they have to reach them for them to start playing the knockout stage. That's why they didn't play. Those new players didn't play for City in the last game. For Liverpool, we know Liverpool now. Liverpool now.
Silent move.
Their hand
Aradites.
They don't spend money. Anyhow, even to give their players that are performing contracts problem. Problems of bringing in new players. So I don't know how they run their club, but it's a good way to run your club though, because they are profitable and they are performing.
Yes.
So which is what everybody is looking for. Remember in those days, Arsenal, we are profitable. They were making money, but they were not winning trophies.
That was after the move to MLS.
Yes, they were making money. They weren't winning trophies, but Liverpool are doing well and they are making money and they are not offering anybody big money and they are not signing any players. But let's see what happens in today's transfer. Everywhere is going to happen today, tomorrow. Let's see who is going to make the moves in this transfer window. Okay, we'll come back here tomorrow. We'll talk about the Premier League because the Premier League is back tomorrow and the big game tomorrow is Arsenal is going to hosting Manchester City. So on Sunday it's going to be a big game on Sunday.
You lose, you're out. You're out. So not for you.
Let's see what happens in that game. So tomorrow we'll come back here to talk about that game. My name is Godwin and have a wonderful weekend. Thank God it's Friday.
Hello Enugu and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a break and enjoy the show.
Now Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal!
Entertainment. And politics.
Enugu State governor has
People when they struggle to score just one goal sometimes.
and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Ogbinigbo.